Good morning, everyone. Welcome to White River Buddhist Temple on a hopefully sunny day. Judy chose a gatha to hopefully call the sun out to us, so we'll see if that works. We'll go ahead and get started. Our sutra for today is going to be Jusege on page 23.
Can I ask everyone to please put your palms together and gasho or bow your head in contemplation and respect as we say together, Namo Amida Butsu, I take refuge in Amida Buddha. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Anna, Namo Anna, Namo Anna. Nga Can I ask everyone to please once more put your palms together and gasho, bow your head in contemplation and respect. As we say together once more, Namo Amida Butsu, I take refuge in Amida Buddha. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Naman Knots, Naman Knots, Naman Knots, Naman.
Will everyone please rise if you are able for the reading of the three treasures, which can be found on page 3. Fortunate is it to be born into human life. Now we are living it. Rare is it to encounter the teachings of the Buddha. Now we hear it. If we do not seek the truth of the Dharma in this life, in what life shall we find it? Let us reverently take refuge in the three treasures of the truth. I take refuge in Buddha. May we all together absorb into ourselves the principle of the way to enlightenment and awaken within us our highest aspiration. I take refuge in Dharma. May we all together be submerged in the depth of the Dharma and gain wisdom as deep as the ocean. I take refuge in Sangha. May we all together become units in true accord, in a life of harmony, in a spirit of universal brotherhood, freed from the bondage of selfishness. Even through ages of myriad of kalpas, hard is it to hear such an excellent, profound, and wonderful teaching. Now we are able to hear and receive it. Let us thoroughly understand the true meaning of Tathagata's teachings. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namandavas, namandavas, namandavas. All right, as promised, to try to call out the sun today, go ahead and please turn to page 183 for the Gatha, When We See the Golden Sun. Please be seated. We will now hear a Dharma message from Reverend Cindy.
Can I ask everyone to please join me in Gasho? Put your palms together. In Gasho, as we say together, Namo Amida Butsu, I take refuge in Amida Buddha. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Nops, Namo Nops, Namo Nops. Hello, everyone. First, I would like to thank the White River Minister's Assistants for taking over service last week. I caught a mild cold. As you can see, I feel better. I honestly sounded the same throughout the cold, but at the same time, contagious, did not want anyone else to get sick because the person who got me sick is already very sad that I got sick. I apologize for spreading that around. Anyway, just really quickly, I would like to just again, have us reflect on some things from this past week. So I do want to say that I know the Catholic community lost a very important religious figure, and he was very, very influential in many aspects. And so, again, even though I don't identify as Catholic, I would like to say my condolences to all of those who are in the Catholic community, as well as those who were very much touched by the late Pope Francis's words or actions, and would, like to say that the Buddhist community too, we support you during these hard times. Again, we are very, very saddened for the loss of Pope Francis, even though we are not of the same religion. And going on, sorry, just really wanted to double check my timing today. So I actually would like to talk about something that we've had in this hondo, in this main hall, for quite a long time. And part of the reason why I say quite a long time, because I don't know when it was first done. Maybe this is something that came out of the war, when the Japanese came back from the camps or from overseas, and they started doing this. But I was asked to talk about this flag over here, and I'm actually going to pull it out. And I apologize, I'm not a Girl Scout, or I don't know anything about flags, so I apologize if I disrespectfully hold it or anything. But there's this flag that's been here in this corner. Of course, you all recognize the American flag. But in the Jodo Shinshu temples here in America, we have, for some reason, flown both the American flag and this flag. So really quickly, I'm just going to fly it out for a little while. So as you can see, there's stripes of blue, white, red, yellow, and green. This is, I want to say, a Buddhist flag. And I'm saying a Buddhist flag because, as I will get into when I look at my notes, there are many, many different Buddhist flags that I've flown all over the world. Part of it is because they come from different traditions, so they mean different things. Part of it is because some nations don't like other nations, so they want to be a little different. So, but this is a Buddhist flag. The original Buddhist flag, if I could bring up my notes real quick, was originally designed in 1885 by the Colombo Committee in, Colombo, Ceylon, which is now Sri Lanka. So this was not exactly this flag, was publicly flown on Vesak on May 28th, 1885. Vesak is done by different Buddhist traditions and is the celebration of basically everything that the major points of Prince Siddhartha Gautama life / Shakyamuni Buddha. So basically it celebrates his birth as Prince Siddhartha, his enlightenment to become Shakyamuni Buddha, their passing for Nirvana Day. In our school, Buddhism, we do that on different days, but Vesak, some traditions do, which celebrates everything about Shakyamuni Buddha's life on one day, and that tends to be in May. Okay. So this was, again, a version of this was flown on May 28th, 1885. And in 1889, there was a flag that was slightly modified and introduced to Japan. So this is maybe, again, they don't really have any pictures, maybe the flag that was shown to and brought to Japan. Because if you look online for a Buddhist flag, and I'm sorry, I got most of my information from Wikipedia, but there's even Buddhist flags which have a pink stripe. Okay? And I believe that is flown by the Soka Gakkai. So it is it's just its own school. It was a branch of Nichiren Buddhism, but has ever since separated and become quite big. Apparently, according to some celebrities, unfortunately, I'm not very knowledgeable about celebrities. But at the 1950 World Fellowship of Buddhists, the flag of Buddhists was adopted as the international Buddhist flag. So there's also international Buddhist flags. But this is the flag / colors that you will see if you go to Japan. When you know it's a Buddhist temple, when they fly a flag similar to this, and I say similar to this because it's usually not in this flag formation. It's usually like a banner formation. Like if they have flagpoles, it will be like this as a flag, but sometimes they just stick it on smaller poles outside of, if anyone's been to Japan, it's like when they say that there's specials at a restaurant or at the convenience store, it's those types of banners. So it's smaller, longer height, but smaller width flags. But this flag is known, according to in Japanese, as the Goshiki Maku. Go means 5, Shiki means color, and Maku is technically curtain. And in a way, I don't think that's the same word as flag in Japanese, because like Maku, we also have another form of a Maku, which is a curtain, which we hang up in the front. Actually, here on the special services, that is called a Maku. And that is more curtain-like. Okay. So this, of course, has different colors than some of the other traditions that are Buddhist traditions. But sometimes this design is also merged with the international flag to represent the international cooperation of Buddhists. So this flag in general is a mixture of the original Buddhist flag as well as the international Buddhist flag. So overall, what does this mean? Why do we, right? As we all know, flags have colors for a certain reason, and flags are designed in different colors, in for different reasons, like why are there stripes? And so, if you can see, there are 6 vertical bands. The green, yellow, red, white, blue, and the mixture of colors at the very end. So the solid colors The solid colors represent the, according to this, the aura which supposedly emanated from the body of Shakyamuni Buddha when he attained enlightenment. That's also probably why some of the other traditions have different colors. And so each of these colors, again, represent something. And so we'll start with the blue one. The blue one apparently represents the spirit of universal compassion. Universal compassion. The yellow represents the middle way. The middle way. Red represents the blessings of practice, the achievement, wisdom, virtue, fortune, and dignity that you use for these blessings. The white is the purity of Dhamma, which is basically the teachings, which leads to liberation or timelessness. And our flag, as you can see, again, I'm going to really quickly. As you can see, does not have orange. So according to this, I suspect the green banner is the one that represents the wisdom of the Buddha's teachings. Now those are the solid colors. What does this band of mixed colors mean? So the mixed colors is made up of the combination, right, of the other colors, and represents a compound of said colors in the aura spectrum, the aura that Shakyamuni Buddha expounded when he attained, or they attained enlightenment. This new compound color is referred to as the truth of the Buddha's teachings. So literally translated as the essence of light. So this, in a way, this flag, in a way, is a representation of Shakyamuni Buddha, of the wisdom and compassion that Shakyamuni Buddha expounded, of the constant understanding of the middle way, of the blessing one receives when doing practice, as well as the purity of the teachings. So this is what is flown at all of the Jodo Shinshu temples here in, I should say, mainland United States. I have not been to Hawaii. I'm pretty sure people have been to Hawaii, but I don't know, do they fly the Buddhist flag here? There? I got a shrug, so I don't know either. But these flags tend to be overlooked. Again, we're in America, American flag. Buddhist, because we're a Buddhist temple. And again, I suspect that flags weren't always flown at Jodo Shinshu temples, and part of that is because they don't fly flags inside their main hall in Japan. This is definitely something that we started doing when we came to America. And I assume that there are some churches who fly flags within their main halls. And so we too decided to fly flags in the main hall. Either that or this was a response to everything that happened during World War II, with the understanding that, yes, we're American, but yes, we're Buddhists. Okay? No, telling people that, I'm sorry to go a little dark, but that we belong here. But it's important to show people our differences. And so this is why these flags are flown here at the White River Buddhist Temple and most of the other temples. I realized I don't think I see it at Tacoma Buddhist Temple. But this is why at the White River Buddhist Temple we still have this, right? To show people that everyone here is American at heart, to show people that we are all Buddhist at heart. And so these flags will continue to fly here unless we all decide that we don't want them here. But it is important to show people that we all belong and we all are different. And as we have this flag, we also use this as a representation of the teachings that Shakyamuni Buddha gave us. Basically, a physical representation of Shakyamuni Buddha and all that they did to encourage us to say Namo Amida Butsu. Sorry, put a Jodo Shinshu twist on that. But right, according to our tradition, Jodo Shinshu, that is the reason why Shakyamuni Buddha appeared in this world, to tell us of what wisdom is, what compassion is, and when they pass, to focus on a Buddha who will continue to show us that same wisdom and compassion. And so Shakyamuni Buddha is the one who told us to say Namo Amida Butsu, I take refuge in Amida Buddha. Thus, we use this flag as a representation of them pointing us to the Buddha, Amida Buddha, in the middle of our altar. So please feel free to look at the flag. You're also welcome to do more research on the different flags, because I think all the other Buddhist traditions have their own flag. And so when you go to different countries, when you see different temples, you'll see Buddhist flags, their Buddhist flags, flying on their temples. And if you become an expert at this, which you can see I'm not, you'll be able to figure out where the Buddhist temples are here around Auburn, around the Seattle area, right, in King County. You could start seeing which places are temples to show that we are a community. Right? So, I apologize, I prattled on way too long. But hopefully this was very interesting to talk about the Buddhist flag, or this flag that's been in the corner here for so long. So can I ask us to please put our palms together in Gasho, or bow your head in contemplation and respect, as we say together, Namo Amida Butsu, I take refuge in Amida Buddha. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Nops, Namo Nops.
Thank you, Reverend Cindy, for your talk. I don't think I knew anything about the flag, so that was very interesting. Let's see. I can't read fast enough to get caught. I don't do this very often. Please rise if you are able for the Gatha Ondoku-san, which can be found on page 153, and remain standing for the daily creed of Jodo Shinshu. Please turn to page 8 and read along with me the daily creed of Jodo Shinshu. Realizing enlightenment is assured and reciting the Nembutsu, I shall live my life cheerfully and positively, understanding the oneness of life and cultivating self-reflection. I shall diligently attend to my life's tasks in gratitude. Recognizing the Dharma path, I shall help spread the teachings of the Buddha. Appreciating the Buddha Dharma, I shall respect and help others, working for the good of society. Namo Amida Butsu. 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 Please be seated. Do we have any first-time guests today? Anybody who would like to stand up and be recognized? All right. We have a furry first-time guest. Is that early? All right. Are there any announcements?
Yeah, just a couple of announcements. There is a sign-up sheet for the ABA steak barbecue on May 12th. And it's really important if you plan on coming to sign up because we need to know how much steak to buy. There's also a sign-up sheet for the picnic on June 8th after service. Please sign up there. Also, there are order forms for the Memorial Day Cemetery flower sale on the table out front. So, okay, thank you.
Hello, I'm putting on my Northwest hat on today. Kusunogi Sensei wanted to let people know that there is a spring Nembutsu seminar by Reverend Dr. Nobuo Haneda, who will do an English session on May 3rd from 2 to 4 p.m., which is nice because it's right after the plant sale. So if you want to come over to the plant sale, then go over to Seattle Betsuin. There's a flyer out in the foyer for the English one, and then there's a Japanese one. 日本語の念仏セミナーが5月3日と5日です。10時から12時まで。日本語セミナーに行きたいなら、私がファイヤーを持っていますので、サービスの後で私を私を連絡してください。So if you wanted to go to the Japanese seminar, it'll be on May 3rd and 5th from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. And if you would like to go to the Japanese seminar, you're welcome to contact me, and we'll be happy to send you the flyer. Okay, but that is it. So if you would like to listen to Reverend Dr. Nobuo Haneda next weekend, please feel free to check the English flyer out in the foyer, and if you want the Japanese one, please contact me. Thank you.
Good morning, and Sensei mentioned this coming weekend is our plant sale. We can use help starting Wednesday from 10 until noon, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. If you've got plants that you want to donate, please bring them Wednesday, or before Saturday anyways, between 10 and noon. Also, a reminder that on June 7th, the Puyallup Valley JCL banquet is here at White River, and they have invited all of the White River members, especially those of you who used to belong to the White River JCL. And make sure it's on the announcement here. You just need to contact Eileen Lamphere so that they know how many bentos to order. Okay? Thank you.
Along the lines of the plant sale, after service, if you can help stack chairs, we'll clear out the hondo and then we'll move some tables inside. So we can set up plants in here. So, thank you.
All right. I'm just going to put in a plug also. If you ever want to help with services, cheering like I am today, there is, we use Sign Up Genius, which is web-based. There's a QR code in back. If you're not sure how to use QR codes, I'm happy to show you. We always are looking for volunteers for service chair. I'm sure that you guys could do this way better than I did today. We also look for fruits, for up on the Nigene, flowers, and concho. If you've done the concho workshop, we're always looking for people to do concho. So if you would like to help out with service, we always appreciate our volunteers, so thank you. Let's see. Closing remarks. All right, somebody was kind enough to add it to the script. Yay. All right, so we don't have a program, so this is from memory. This is a pop quiz for everybody. Closing remarks. My life is not only my life, but the life of others' sacrifices, kindness, thoughtfulness, and patience. I am grateful. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namandawats, namandawats, namandawats. If you haven't come up to Oshoko, please do so. Charcoal is in there now. So thank you for attending service today.